Hey everyone, it's Autumn. I actually want to do a video about my running must-haves. The reason I'm kind of doing this video is because I just filmed my PV body video about my the monthly subscription. I'll try to remember to leave a link to it below if you haven't already checked it out. But it's pretty much, it just made me think about maybe I should list some of my, must-haves for exercising and things like that. So, I'm going to just go ahead and get started. First, I have a bunch of stuff here, but I'll just kind of show you different things and tell you what they're for. So since it's winter right now, I guess I'll focus on my winter, things right now, and then I'll also kind of tell you, a little bit about each one. Anyway, so this first thing, since it is cold outside, at least where I live, you want to be warm when you run, but you don't want to be overheated, and you don't want to be weighed down to where you can't move. So I actually bought this yesterday. I'll show you a couple of my other long sleeves in a minute, but I bought this yesterday, and this is by Columbia. And this has got their Omni Heat in it. So if you see the inside, it's got this that kind of helps keep you warm. And I actually got a really good deal on this. This is just a long sleeve top. And normally I will wear like a tank top workout shirt under this, and then, have this. But anyway, I will show you. I've got this, and I bought it yesterday, and originally it was $55, but I purchased it at TJ Maxx for $24.99. So I pretty much got it a little over half price, and that's a really good deal. For something like this, especially something that's going to keep you that warm. These are also good, let's say if you want to go hiking, to wear as a base layer in the winter time under your clothes to just kind of make sure to keep you warm, or even if you have to shovel the driveway or, do anything outside. This works as an awesome base layer. I actually want to get a few more base layers, but yeah, this is just one that I have to show you, and I really like it. So I have that. Also, either a pair like base layer pants or some running tights. I have these running tights. I have two pair of these exact same ones because I like them so much. These are by New Balance, and they are just all the way to the ankle running tight. I'll just kind of tell you why I like them for each reason. This has a little slot in the back for you to keep a little bit of money or your card. Sometimes if I run outside, I like to run uptown to say where the gas stations, things like that are, and if I'm thirsty and I don't want to have to carry my water with me, I'll just pop into a gas station and buy a bottled water, and then I'll run home. So it's just really neat to keep your money or your car key in, or your ID, or even your phone. If you have a small enough phone, it would possibly fit in there. The other cool thing about these is a lot of running tights, they work their way down on me. So I like these because I will pull them up above my hip bone, and then they have actual drawstrings. A lot of them don't. So if you get ones with drawstrings, you can actually tie it to where it catches above your hip and it won't ride down. So I really like these for that reason. So that's one thing. So then other tops I'm going to kind of show you. I have this, and this is just a Nike zip up, and it zips up to there, just a pink one. Yeah, so I really like this one as well for outside jogging and things like that. This kind of though, and this is their dry fit. This doesn't have any of the Omni Heat or anything really special in it. It's the dry fit material, but nothing super special. It does have a reflective piece on that though, so if you're running at night, these bright colors and reflections are really awesome. But yeah, I normally don't run in this one a whole lot, but I like to put it on after I run. Sometimes if I run a lot and I kind of need to stay warm or whatever, I'll put it on after I run or over something. This one right here is going to keep you super, super toasty if it's really, really cold outside. This is by Layer 8 Performance, and this is their quick dry. And let's see, it's 90% polyester, 10% spandex. So, but it's actually really thick. I guess, I don't know if you'll be able to tell how thick this is compared to other materials, but it even seems like it's almost like a fuzzy fleece line, and it's just really soft and warm. Last year I played in the snow with my daughter and had this on, and I was burning up outside. But the other cool thing about it is a long sleeve shirt like this, I have super long arms, and sometimes it bothers me if sleeves try to ride up, especially if my arms are bent and then they're here and it's just uncomfortable. I have a few tops that actually have the thumb holes to where when you're running, so your shirt doesn't really bunch, you can like stick it, and it keeps your hands from like your wrists from getting cold if you wear gloves, and gloves are something I'm going to show you in a minute. So it's really cool like to put on over your gloves to where your wrists aren't getting cold. I have 2 pairs of gloves to show you, and I guess it's just going to depend on your preference. If you want to wear a thinner glove, I bought these I think at Target. And I think these are the ones that are you're supposed to be able to like use, you know, to touch things with. I don't think they really work though, but I like them because they're thin, but they're still super insulated and warm. So they're not like those cheapy little, like, you know, dollar gloves that you can get. So I like running in these quite a bit, and you know, if my hands get overheated, I can actually just, you know, take them off and, you know, tuck them into my tights, or, you know, put them in something. So I got those. Or if you want a super heavy glove, like say you're hiking, or you just want a heavy glove and you don't mind, I have these North Face gloves, and these are the TNF Apex, I guess. But they're super grippy and things like that. I tried running in these once, and I didn't really care for it. So I probably won't be running in these again just because I felt like they were too heavy. So I kind of like the thinner ones a little bit more for running. Another thing, and I have 2 of them to kind of show you, they're practically the same thing though. You can wear a toboggan when you're running in the cold, or I guess a beanie or a hat, whatever you want to call it. I don't like it. I feel like my head gets overheated when I wear those. But what I do like to wear are these headbands. You just kind of put them on and then they kind of cover your ears. And that way my head doesn't get so overheated like it does sometimes. And then even if my ears get hot and I'm running and stuff, I can kind of just like pop it down and let it rest around my neck, and it doesn't bother me. So that's something else that I think is worth looking into if, you know, you're looking to run outside. And I just have this fleece one as well. For water, I have this water belt. And you don't have to have a water belt. They have the little handheld ones or things like that. Or like I said, I just would run uptown, get a drink, and then run back home. But if you're running a super long distance, you're going to want some water. When I was training for the half marathon about a year ago, my mother-in-law, I told her that she lives way out in the country, like forever from town. The closest town was like, you know, 12 miles away. I told her, I'm going to run to town, and then I want you to come pick me up in, you know, however long. So I ran into town, and all the way like through the country, all that stuff. Wait a minute. So another thing that you would really want to consider when you're running outdoors for a long period of time is a water source. I have this for super long distances because I made the mistake one time of running from my mother-in-law's house, which is way out in the country, to the nearest town was 12 miles. So I ran the 12-mile distance from her house to a small town, and there was nowhere between there. It was country, so there was nowhere for me to stop and get water. Like, I felt like I was going to die of heat exhaustion. It was so hot. So something you would really want to consider is making sure that you have a water source. You don't need this huge of a belt. They have like the handheld things, but I'll kind of show you the cool things about this belt. So this belt is just an adjustable, let me see, where does it adjust at? Yeah, right here. It's an adjustable belt with a Velcro to where you can make it fit you, and then it carries all these waters. If you don't want all of the waters, you don't have to, you know, have them all. And then the waters just kind of snap in to these little holsters. It's almost like a gun holster, but they're built to where they just kind of snap in. So it's just easy access to water. And then that way you're not holding it in your hand. I hate holding things when I run. It also has a little zipper pocket, you know, to put stuff in. So this is a really neat thing to have. Oh, and it has a fold over pocket too here. So it's just something that's really neat to have if you're going to run a long distance, like country running like I did, and there's no place to get water or anything. And it's not uncomfortable. I have used this. It doesn't rub. It's not uncomfortable or weird. Some people prefer to use a camelback. I know my husband has a camelback. He normally doesn't run really long distances though, but I've tried running with a camelback for long distance, and I feel like it really messes with my posture. Like I don't like it. I feel like I don't know, hunch, and it's awful. So I don't like that, but if you prefer that, you know, go for it. Another thing, I guess while I'm in the thing of belts, is a spy belt. And it's just this little tiny belt, and it's got this. And you can just wear this around your waist. Of Cool thing is about this, it's like a fanny pack, only it's a lot smaller and not as dorky. But this tiny thing holds a ton of stuff. You may not think it like looking at it, but it holds all kinds of things. So just depending on what I'm eating that day, you know, I'll put like some essentials in it. This is what I use if I'm, you know, running a race, to where they're providing water at the race for you. So I don't have to lug around my own water. But what you can put in this, your car key, stick that in there, lip balm, cell phone, and then if you need a snack or gum or hard candy, there's all kinds of different things, but I just had this so to show you that it can fit a full granola bar as well. And there's still room in it, and then it just zips. It stretches to fit what you need it to. So, I mean, that's a lot of stuff that fit into that little tiny thing. So this is really neat as well for running long distances when you feel like you're going to need some things. Two other running essentials that I have is music. I cannot run without music. I've tried, I just can't do it. So I have two, just depending on my mood. This is my little iPod Shuffle. I've had this for years. I love this just because it's so quick and easy, and you just kind of like snap it on and you go. Or I also have this armband with, this is a Sony MP3 player, and the reason I like this one is because it also has radio. So if I get bored with my music that I have on it, I can just switch it to radio and listen to whatever radio station, you know, is in the area. So that's really nice for me. Let's see what else I have. Another running essential is a stopwatch. So, or just I guess a watch in, you know, general, so you kind of know what you're doing, or how fast you're going, you know, so you can mark your pace or whatever. So I have this one. It's just a Casio. I think I paid 20 bucks for it at Target. I have it in this color and in red. This is actually my favorite kind of stopwatch. I have some others, like I have, what's this? This is a Timex Ironman. Like I have this as well. Just things like that, you know, so just whatever you prefer. Some people just like to use their phones or, you know, things like that. I've been really wanting to get like a GPS watch. I also have a heart rate monitor watch that I use sometimes, to where that way at least I know how many calories I've been burning or whatever. But the one thing I will warn you, with my heart rate monitor watch, I have a Polar, and they have the chest straps and then the watch. Well, the watch you can change the battery in, the chest strap you cannot. You have to buy a whole new chest strap for it. Well, the watch and the chest strap together is an $80 purchase. If you want to buy this chest strap all by itself, it's about $50. And that really stinks because some other brands make chest straps where you can just change out the batteries and you don't have to pay $50 every single time you want to change the batteries. So mine's pretty much a waste now because my battery died in the chest strap. So when I buy a new one, I'm definitely going to get one that you can change the batteries in the chest strap on your own, because I kind of think that Polar really cheated their customers on that one, because why make it to where it's not accessible? I just thought that was awful. Anyway, I'm going to stop my rant on that and just kind of get on. So in the summer months, I usually always run with a pair of sunglasses on. Like, I don't need to show you sunglasses, but they're just, I use a sports pair of sunglasses that are polarized. But you can wear any sunglasses that you like, no big deal. I also like to run with a hat sometimes. This is just from where I went to college. But, you know, I like to have a hat to kind of also block my face from the sun. Because if you notice, a lot of people who are hardcore runners, even though they're really young and their body's in great shape, like they get wrinkles really early on their face. So that's kind of, you know, they're exposed to the elements. So I try to protect my skin as much as I can. I really like this Clinique facial sunscreen for running, but you can use anything. There's spray kinds, whatever. So yes, there are those. Also for summer, you know, I really like tank tops like this for running in the summer. Of course I use sunblock and stuff on the rest of my body, but this is pretty much just like a netted tank top, and I just wear a sports bra underneath it. And these are just really comfortable and breathable, especially in the really hot months. And then just a pair of, you know, running shorts. Nothing special. Yeah, you just have to have a good pair of running shorts, and make sure that you get some that fit you properly to where they don't ride up in the middle, like where you get that weird V, or, you know, anything like that. Because, I mean, that's you know, that really bothers me. Make sure that they're not too tight fitting, you know, so just make sure you buy the proper shorts. Good socks are also important. I like the ones that come up over the back of a little bit, like I like the ankle socks that then have the padding on the heel, and I mean, those are my absolute favorites for running. So I'm now going to kind of show you what shoes I use. In the wintertime, I like to use shoes that have quite a bit of traction on the bottom. I mean, I'm not, if it's like super icy outside, I'm not going to be a dummy and go outside running on the ice in these, because I know there is a potential for me to slip. But if it's not super icy, or if it's just a little bit, something like this or a good trail runner would actually, you know, be really good to get that extra traction. And then what I use, like on the treadmill or just in the summertime, I usually run in Brooks in the summer, or if I'm indoors or whatever, they just fit my feet the best. But what I put in every single pair of shoes are these Power Step inserts, the arch supports. I put these in almost all of my running shoes because I have plantar fasciitis, which is when you have so much weight or you run so much where your arch kind of falls a little bit and then it pulls on everything else, so it can cause shin splints, it can cause calf pain, heel pain, things like that. So that's also something to look out for if you're somebody who gets shin splints a lot. I recommend getting some inserts like this. You can get them at any running store, or getting or using the treadmill or running uphill a little bit. When you run uphill a little bit, it's not putting all of that pressure for your shins. So running uphill really helps with people who have shin splints. So that's just kind of a little recommendation for that. Also, when you go to get inserts, make sure you get like some harder ones like this. If you get the soft cushy ones, they're not going to be giving any support whatsoever to your feet. They're just going to feel soft and cushy, but they're not supporting anything. So I know a lot of these people talk about this minimalist running and things like that. I cannot walk barefoot around my house without pain. I need arch supports. Everybody's different, you know, so the whole you not needing shoes and being a minimalist runner, yeah, there's too much concrete now to really go around without that support. Before, you know, people were running around without shoes, but they were running on soft ground, if that makes any sense. So that's just kind of my thought process on that. Let's see, what else? Oh, two of my favorite things that I use for my joints and my muscles after a workout, if they're sore or whatever, because I do have joint pain. I really like this Badger sore joint rub. It doesn't smell the best, but it really does help on the joints. So that's one thing I recommend. And I mean, it's all natural. It's got great ingredients in it, so nothing too crazy. And then this one right here is the cayenne and ginger sore muscle rub, and you just kind of get a little bit of this and rub it on your sore muscles. And it doesn't smell like Old Man. It's not like icy hot or anything like that. Yeah, so I think that is it. If you have any questions, let me know. I might even do one for what I use for plyometrics and home workouts and things like that, or my gym essentials, or you know, something like that. But I just figured I would do a running essentials video if any of you were curious of what I used. I have a couple of things like on my wish list, like a GPS watch, a new heart rate monitor, things like that. They're not absolutely necessary, but they're things that, you know, I find to be really helpful. So anyway, if you have any questions, just let me know, and thank you for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye!